Alright, you beautiful skulltula, what you got for us today? We got ourselves a heart container, which we are just going to turn around and ignore. Because we're trying not to pick those up for our second challenge, which is just to avoid heart containers and heart pieces. Because I'm curious to know how little hearts we're going to get at the end of this randomizer. So we're just going to go right into the desert because we have our butter boot, so we can actually go through the... was said the desert river, the sand river, and our first actual proper check that we picked up was our skulltula token. I like that. And see, our second check, which we probably shouldn't run into in case it's a heart container. It's another skulltula token right there. A heart, what's that, a heart piece, a recovery heart, which we will pick up because we'll just recover hearts. Now we're actually going to use Navies for our advantage because that actually makes the desert a lot brighter for whatever reason. I don't know why that's the case. Oh yeah, I forgot we could also go to this dude, which I think you also need to have hover boots in order to actually talk to. So 200 rupees, and it will be a blue rupee. Nice, dude. We're also so close to getting to 50 of skulltula, which is absolutely crazy, because that would be the last reward. Well, just including the 100th reward, which we don't actually get anything with. Let's see, maybe we should just wait until it gets to daytime before we try to navigate the desert, but you know what? It's fine. I decided to do it at nighttime because why not? I'm just scared to know if we would actually be able to get through this into this skulltula before it turns to daytime. And the answer is yes. I'm glad we did it. Took a bit because I decided to play this in daytime where it's very bright out. Now let's see what the skulltula is. Hopefully not another heart container. It's a recovery heart. Hey, at least it's at least it would actually listen. It was like, here, have this other item. I like how it's also giving us multiple checks down here rather than just a chest, which I don't know why the chest is right here. I think it would be right here. But maybe it was at some point, but they decided, nah, let's just confuse the players. And it's a little bloopy, a beautiful little bloopy. You. Recovery heart. And, okay. It's a fairy. That makes sense, because I know that the fairies aren't randomized. Oh, okay, good. That's a skulltula token. I thought that was going to be a heart. Wow, that was 7 away now. And technically, we could just port all the way to the desert crosses because we do. I don't know why I put on the butter shoes right there. Maybe I feel like it just went slower. I just like putting on the butter shoes because it makes things look like it's like super slippery with how fast we're going, which I don't know why we're so slippery here. Not slippery, I don't know why we're so fast here. But what I was going to say is that we have the ports to be able to get here, but I just want to use a guide because this is like the one time that we're actually going to be going through the desert now that we have all the checks. We might as well do this little dude. I like how it's just one really kind little bow. It's just here to guide, which makes me wonder, is this supposed to be like a Gerudo? Why is there just a very nice guided pole, or maybe is it just something different? We could just get a check from here too. I didn't even think about that. I forgot that there's actually barrels on the way, so I guess that's another reason that we could just go ahead and do this little guide here. Oh, let's make sure not to drift too far. I am glad though that unlike Dampé, this Poe actually stops and waits for us, so it really is just there to guide. This Poe doesn't seem to disappear even if you stare at it. Doesn't spook easily, huh? So maybe it's because it's invisible. So maybe it's because technically it would be like a Gerudo or a Ganondorf or somebody with a seeing eye would go through here. That it probably just assumes like, hey, you must be like one of the Gerudos or something like that. I wasn't sure if we could actually hit the skulltula from here, but we can. I also love how just this coconut tree's here, and the fact that that was just vanilla right there. Don't know why that just makes me so happy, but it does. And also, I'm pretty sure you could just make this into a little oasis. I don't know. I don't know if you have to stand on this rock or not, but I always stand on the rock to play the Song of Storms and just get this little water over here. I just like that tiny little detail, the fact that they just have it in here. I don't know why it's here. Maybe it's just because this end game is like, hey, just in case you need lots of fairies, have some fairies in this little makeshift fairy fountain. And I'm also glad that the fairies actually follow Link, which is another thing that's really interesting to know about. And it just makes sense, because to have this much, you may as well be able to actually walk them up. Now, speaking of fairies, we may as well go to the fairy fountain and see what the Great Fairy has for us. And good morning. I was just trying to roll, and it's like, huh? It's like, why are you so, like, why are you questioning me so much? It's a bot thing. I'm sorry Leaper set you, like, right into that, but also surprised you can't actually hammer that unlike the other ones. I'm so happy that we found Zelda's Lullaby, I think last episode. Same as the mirror shield, which I haven't put on yet because we're just going to use that just for Twin Rova. Oh, we got ourselves a fool for the Great Fairy. I mean, thanks a lot, but like, bruh, come on. That's the first time I've gotten a fool from a Great Fairy before though, so that was funny to me. But now to ride this beautiful magic bean to see what we actually get. I always thought there was going to be an item right up on that area. I don't really know why that's the case. I think it's because it's going around there. And then I love this part here, the fact that it just like loops around. Though I don't like how the camera just decided to stop us from going up on top. So that was my bad. We could probably also just hookshot our way up there. I just want to get this key, because it's there anyways. I like how this Gua is still trying, like all these Guas are trying to go after us. Even though like, they can't really reach us. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, even though they can't actually reach us, and it's too bad we don't have the keys to be able to actually get up there properly. Well, thank you, little Gua, for just avoiding us. I still can't believe we just got a fool from the Great Fairy. Like, come on, girl. Come on. Now we're in a Dust Mountain Crater Great Fairy Fountain. Always like how it's just... it's hidden, but it's in the she's inside. I love it, but hopefully we don't get a pool. A fool. Aw, we got a green rupee from it. I like that. It's like, I wonder if she was here as young Link, or she's here as adult Link. But it's like one of my favorite spots. I don't know why I like it so much. But now we can finally go across here without having to use the hover boots. Because last time we were in here, we didn't have our butter boots. We just had... well, we didn't even have the hammer yet. We had the butter boots rather, but we didn't have the hammer. Another spot that I really like in this game for whatever reason is this little crevice right up here. That, again, you just can't break this one. You could break the other bobbable walls. It just has one of these dudes in here. The forest temple has a skulltula token, but where in the forest temple? We don't know that. Sorry, Lang. Okay, and now the one on Death Mountain Trail. Let's see if she has anything. I mean, the fact that we got something really good from Skulltula House. Who knows? Maybe one of these fairies will actually have something for us. But that was just a blue rupee right there, which is fine. Aww. I forgot about the big boy here. Now we're just gonna have to shimmy away and hope that we don't get hit by any of these giant boulders. Which I'm pretty sure, since we have the speed of a bunny hood on, we could just easily avoid them, except for right there. I am so sorry, Link. And I don't remember if we actually got this cow yet or not. I think we unlocked it, but we didn't have a bonus song quite yet. But one thing that we could check, even if we just get regular old milk from this cow, is the beehives, because I don't believe we got those yet. Because I don't even think we had a boomerang at this point. You didn't even give anything? You're just moving at us? I mean, that's fair. So we definitely didn't get them because they are shaking, or rather just the one. I don't know why I thought there was multiple ones here, but that's okay. And then I realized that we're just playing the wrong song after that. If we just like Majora's Mask all over again, wanted to play Song of Healing, ended up playing a bonus song. So let's see what we get for this build. We already got the cow then. I mean, that's okay, unless it's because we actually need to empty the bottle first. I'm pretty sure we got it though. We had to be so sneaky just to get the bombs from skulltula, otherwise we could just yeet ourselves off. But we are now in the Doghouse Cavern. The Doghouse Cavern! Yes, this is totally the Doghouse Cavern. In Segura City. And while we're here, we can actually get the lava pool room. I love how the music in this shop is Kakariko Village music. Honestly, one of my favorite songs from Ocarina of Time, or just through Zelda. It's just really calming. I love just booting it up when I just don't know what to do, or if I'm just trying to focus or something like that. Just bring it up. Same with Kibora's song, which is obviously just playing in the background right now. It comes with an annoying owl, but at least he has a really good theme to be annoying too, though. But while we're here in, what was it, the Doghouse City? The Doghouse Cavern in Goron City. We could go to the mini Big Goron. I don't really know which one that is, but since we finally have the fire honor, or a Goron tunic rather, we can actually get this item up here. Because normally you would actually need the long shot or the the Temple of Time. Yes, it's pulling up to Temple of Time casually. The Song of Time. Let's just try to focus to make sure that we don't get kicked off. But before we get all those, I see that there is at least a beehive, maybe 2 beehives up here. I don't know. Why is there no big bees or wasps in any of these? Like, they are not introduced until Majora's Mask. But 32 rupees for... Ooh. The bottom of the well heat, which is perfect because I want to go back there at some point because we have Zelda by 70 rupees for... Ooh. And for 46 rupees, we got ourselves a beautiful Goofy. At least we got something out of it. It's better than nothing. And it feels so good to actually be able to go through this waterfall. Because I'm pretty sure the last few randomizers, we haven't actually been able to go through Zora's Domain this way. At least, not appropriately, not when it's actually needed. I like how the skull kids are just trying to attack us right now when we're not even doing anything. Now they're just jumping right off. Oh, that dude just got away. I like how these guys just, well, don't really like how they try to attack us, but I find it interesting how you could actually fight them and get rupees from them, but I don't know what the normal means of actually fighting these dudes are. But it's so sad, but it's so interesting at the same time. And why do they get so hostile towards adults, but to kids? I can understand kids that they wouldn't want to attack because they're also children themselves, but I have to wonder if it's because the stall forces will attack these skull kids. There's gotta be a reason. That, or maybe because they just don't want the kids to grow up and they wanted to be skull kids or something like that. I don't really know. But regardless, it feels so good, A, to hear Zora's Domain music because we're going inside Zora's Domain right now. Mostly because I want to go to the Ice Cavern and also the Fairies Fountain. But also, we have blue fire arrows, which have the sound of poor Link getting hit and Zelda screaming from that. But unfortunately, there's not really much over here aside from the Take-It babies, which I'm pretty sure that's what those little bugs are. So cute. We also may as well just meet a poor king as well, because The poor dude didn't really need to be frozen himself, and the tunic will actually be a bundle of arrows, which looks like it just dropped because I guess Link was just putting it away or something like that. I don't know. But also, why is there no more beehives here? As I don't think. Like, I get it's frozen over, but like, did they just order pest control and then it just froze it over? It accidentally froze things over? I like to think about that. But also, this wall right here makes sense that you can't actually hammer it because it literally is just a regular old wall until you blow it up. So pretty sure at this point it's because it's tied to a young Link. I don't really know if that's actually the case or not, because that would mean the one in Desert Colossus would also be tied in with young Link. More bundles of arrows! Wow, okay, this thing is like, really wanted to refill arrows for whatever reason. Not complaining about that, is just think it's funny. I also love it, there's just like a little lonely ticket here. Why is there a lonely little ticket though? It's like, you'd think there would be other ones. I do, there's an Octorok in this area too, so I guess it's not completely alone. Those are just bombs, we don't really need bomb refills right now, so I don't think I'm really going to grab that right now. I'm getting smacked by them, but I love the colors of these Octoroks. I just realized that they have like a slight hint of blue on them, kind of like they're frozen over or something like that. Like, I don't know if that's an intended detail that Nintendo wanted or not, but I'm sure it is, knowing they are very close to that kind of detail. I love about it so much. So those Octoroks are probably my favorite ones. And now let's see if this ice cavern is vanilla or not. I don't know why I decided to melt this right here. There was really nothing inside of there, but what? That's okay. It just felt like it. And it looks like then this is it is normal, and it's very crazy going in the middle of a bunch of Mr. Freezes over here, but considering I know we could just melt them like this, especially that poor one that decided to just run directly into us when I could see that we were putting out fire. It's like, I want to feel bad for you, dude, but you kind of did that to yourself. And oh wait, these they're like extra slippery on the ice here. You see, there's actually rupees right here. Though I don't think these guys are randomized because these are just they're freestanding items. I don't have freestanding items set on right now, but there are some pots here. Yo! Oh, the Fire Temple keyring! We could finally do the Fire Temple! That makes me really happy, and I don't know why I just wanted to mark that down. Usually I have the keys on, so I guess that makes sense. Why are you trying to target this? It's like, we know that's right there, Navi. You don't have to really warn us about that. And this dude, I was going to say, is one that would just run into it. I'm sorry, Link, I'm not meaning to, like, have the blade go directly onto you. We'll take a purple rupee, and as much refills as possible will be fantastic, because you never know if like, Granny's going to have like, the best item in the whole world for us. As for just a split second, I thought that skulltula was a keys. Like, I'm surprised you didn't like bring a keys in this room. I was wondering where the last little silver rupee was. Okay, we just get a heart from in there. And I'm pretty sure this Scritchy Scratchy that we're here right now is just a Wawachula. But I do want to know what we get inside. And here, I'm also so glad that the blue fire won't cause the keys to become fire keys. That would also be kind of interesting though, because how would that affect the game if that were the case? And maybe it is a sculpture that I'm hearing. Oh, it is! Okay. That's right, in Master Quest we have the Wawachula. This one we actually have Golden Sculptures here. We got ourselves some Dicky Nut. Oh, it wasn't even an upgrade, but hey, that's okay. Nut refill isn't that bad. Just in another area that we can just completely skip because we have the blue fire arrows as this. So, it's a common question for you guys. Out of all the items that are in, say, Ocarina of Time, because Majora's Mask has a separate kind of thing. Okay, it didn't even show, it had one of those glitches where it didn't even show Link being frozen. Those kind of bugs are kind of interesting to talk about. But what I was gonna say, actually no. out of just Zelda games, what are your favorite items? It could just simply be like, maybe you really like Deku Nuts, maybe you really like the bow and arrow. So no, for me, bow and arrow is definitely one of those items that I really like. But I also really like the hook shot or the claw shot, depending on what game you're playing. So it's just really fun to use, and I wish it was in more games. Which is also the fire rod, which is in the Oracle games. I think it's also in the Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds. Okay, now I don't know if we'll be able to actually complete this room because we don't have the stop time. Now we don't need that for up there. So, is there another skulltula up there? Or is it just because it is just the way the redness is shown? By redness, I mean the red eyes. And we can't even get this because we don't have like anything that could give us more magic. Like, I don't think we could get the big fairies, but I could also see why we can't get the big fairies. That would be very cheap if that were actually the case. So it looks like until we actually get magic, we just have to ignore being in here. I don't even think we can hookshot up here. No, we can't, unfortunately. So why is there a trap in here? I don't know if the Zoras placed them in here or maybe she placed them in here. Because this area existed before Ganondorf became an issue for the Zoras. So like, was it maybe some kind of trial for them, just like the Sheikahs, or was it maybe made by the Sheikahs? They are everywhere, they're ninjas, so who really knows? Oh my goodness, I forgot about the caffeinated Roomba. That makes me like unreasonably happy. Oh, don't. I don't even know why. This is getting so much freezing. We get it frozen so much, so need to get this ice keys before it gets us, though. I don't think the outer is too in here. Oh, those little boogers. It's also too bad we can't just... Okay, where's this music coming from? Is it because of Mr. Freeze that is up by the blue fire? I don't know. But maybe there's also... Oh, okay, there's one down there. That would make sense. It feels so weird actually having to bottle up. It's also too bad that at some point the Nintendo, or rather an endgame item, wasn't able to have something like Dent Fire or Floor's Wind or something like that. Oh, wow, okay, these guys are very strong. I thought they would just be able to get hit by arrows, but nope, I guess that would make the duo OP. But, just to be able to use the... be able to use one of those items to actually melt the red ice. So that would have been kind of an interesting item. But inside the chest, we got ourselves a greed rupee. What a surprise, am I right, guys? Wait, that's okay, I kind of expected that. This also isn't Master Quest because, we don't have a switch by this Roomba. But what we do, though, in both games, actually, is this freezer right here just stays the same. I don't know why that dude just stayed the same the whole time, but no, it is fine. He does his thing. He's just there to vibe, and I appreciate him and his vibiness. I was going to say that this might be the end of the Ice Cavern, but I think we might be able to get a big fairy here, and thankfully we can. So, whew. Ma'am, sir, you just saved the Ice Cavern. We can now continue, though we still might need to get the Song of Time, though. I'm not sure. Because we'll find out about that. We're just going back to this room right away, but yeah, that's okay. We're just gonna keep the blue fire on us just in case. Darn little whippersnapper being a little nuisance to us. That's okay, that's just what ice keys do. They try their best to survive and to eat us. They do a pretty darn good job, but I want to go back in this room before we go to the other room, just because I want to make sure that I'm not going to miss an item from this pot right here. Oh, Okay, just a heart container, so we could just ignore that and pretend we saw nothing. I took the risk to get like, solidified from these guys because I wanted to get an arrow refill, but it's just like that sometimes. I'm also glad that we don't need to get a silver rupee right up there, so maybe we do have a chance of being able to get this room without the need of fire ice arrows, or rather the saga time. Oh my goodness. I don't know why he wanted to call it whatever. I already forgot what I was trying to call it there. It's just one of those days. So I'm happy that we don't need to use some time in order to get through this room. But I also don't know if moving the boulders down would reset it. I don't remember the exact path that we need to do in order to actually to move this boulder in order to get through this room properly. But this one right here is what I'll use the blue fire for, because why not? I guess blue fire is also one of those items that I really enjoy because it's just interesting, the fact that it's just magic fire. I don't know if it hurts Link. I don't think it like burns him or anything. But now let's see if this will actually reset the boulder. I think this it does. I don't see why it wouldn't, but sometimes Zelda puzzles do decide that like, hey, you actually need to get this properly and like all in one go. Otherwise, you'll just need to reset it. Okay, let's try not to backflip directly into the abyss. I just want to get this rupee right here. I also like how silver rupees actually give us, I think, 5 rupees, so it's essentially just a very fancy looking rupee. Wow, okay, that's a good strategy for Mr. Freeze there, to stand behind these pots in order to feel protected. But alas, didn't help it that much. I was hoping that would melt all 3 of them just like the blue fire. But mind you, only has so much limits though. Okay, so some stuff definitely not. At some point we're gonna get all those upgrades. Now I think for vanilla we got the Bullfoes to go after it, which I think is really funny how it's just a Bullfoes. But then in Master Quest, we get something that's actually more difficult to actually defeat, which would be a Stalfos? But regardless, we got ourselves 2 items here. The first one will be a green rupee, and another one for Sheik, which will be a recovery heart. Nice. We head right back into the Forest Temple, which has a yeah music partner. I love it so much, and shoot. I was hoping this was going to be the side that we could actually use the button for. I'm so glad that we actually found a keyring to this. I also totally forgot that it added the keyring in, so it's that. But I don't know if the keyring adds the boss key to it or not. So I guess that's something that we'll find out soon enough here. But regardless, pretty sure aside from that, we should actually just be able to complete this. But we are mostly going to do that next episode. I just want to get those 1 check in here. I feel so bad for all these slugs. Right now, they're literally just getting like wet back and forth because of the hammer. Because I'm just trying to get a darn keys. I love the way they just look before they just start attacking. There's something about it. It just makes me happy. Also, we can freeze them. I don't think that really does it much good for us though, because it's not like raising them really does too much for us. It's also too bad we don't have the light arrows. Otherwise we could just get like so much rupees for that. I'm pretty sure it would be like an orange rupee equivalent, or a big rupee equivalent rather, from Majora's Mask. But back to the crazy music partner. I seriously love this music all so much. It's so silly. Oh yes, the tile room, which we can't defend ourselves because well, I have another challenge going on that we can't just use the shield. I forgot that these guys are immune to so many things. But let's see what the first check for the fire temple will be. And it would be okay, that's not too bad. I also want to move it off the bang, so we're just gonna go right into Flare Dancer. At least I believe that's what it's called. Yes. Oh, don't know why sometimes I just think it's Fire Dancer. That's not what it is. So let's see how many hits it takes for us to actually get this dude. I thought he would have just stopped, but he decided not to stop there. That's okay. It does what it does. I'm also curious to know, A, if we can freeze it with fire, but also B, can we use decking nuts on it? We can't. But maybe it's just because it was running. I don't think we actually can. But I love the Flare Dancer. It's actually one of my favorite music boxes. Now, out of all the colors that it's showing, what's your favorite color that the Flare Dancer has? I've got to say, mine is probably the purple or blue, whatever color that is from the third one. To look back, I don't think it would actually cause any damage to us. But, you never know. This is a Zelda game, and it's clearly explosive. I love how it drops the little shoes down, they're so cute. Now this is going to be the last check of the day, which will be the map to the bottom of the well. It's better than nothing, I suppose, but it's also a fairly good lead for us, though. I also like how we already have a hammer before entering here. Actually, no, this will be our last check because I already walked in here anyways. I think this actually loops us around to the lobby anyways, and we get ourselves some decking nuts. So it's not like it was that much better. But now be gone, you beautiful prize possession, Goron. Like how it was just like, you won a prize music for that. Let's see if this does. It does look us back to the lobby. So I guess that was a suitable one. But yeah, anyways, before we actually continue doing this, we shall actually leave it here. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, slap that subscribe button, slap that thing down in the comments down below, do what you do, and I'll see you in the next video. Which, who knows what we're gonna get in the Fire Temple. We'll see if we have the boss key. I think if we do, we're gonna see if we can fight Volga, however you say it, I forgot how to say his name. See if we can actually fight that right away. But until then, peace.